Remember my video I made a few weeks ago talking about the polar vortex because of the possibility that was going to hit us later? Well, that later is now. A huge mass of Arctic air has embedded itself over the central US, with temperatures dropping far below zero. That's what we're going to be looking at in today's video. But before we get into that, I would appreciate if you'd like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Okay, so I already covered what causes the polar vortex in my previous video about it, but here's the rundown. The atmosphere over the Arctic gets really warm, which helps to weaken a system that keeps cold air locked up north, which in turn sends that cold air plunging southward. The end result is usually frigid weather across multiple countries and regions, and that cold weather can stick out around for quite a while. Now, let's get into what's happening right now. In January, that sudden warming event occurred, which prompted a frenzy of headlines about the incoming polar vortex, which as a result caused me to post my original video. After several weeks of delay, the vortex has arrived, and this time, it's much further west than usual. Sure, the usual suspects of Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, and Chicago are seeing the deep freeze, but unlike previous events where cold air extends all the way to the east coast, this time the air mass is proliferating as far west as the Rocky Mountains. The cold air arrived on the tails of a minor blizzard that hit the Midwest a few days ago, and it's showing no signs of letting up. Below zero temperatures cover over a dozen different states, with parts of North Dakota and Minnesota dropping down into the negative 20s. Remember that analogy I made to boiling an egg in my heat wave video? Well, taking that kind of thing and putting it into a really cold situation. Those temperatures are, if done right, cold enough to freeze boiling water. Yeah, you just have to throw it into the air right. So, when might the cold wet up a little? Well, long-range forecasts are currently showing warmer temperatures by the beginning of next week, meaning much of the Midwest will have to endure several more days of brutally cold temperatures. Furthermore, long-range models are generally inaccurate, suggesting that a specific weather pattern will let up when in reality it actually keeps going. In addition, polar vortexes are known for lasting many weeks. That doesn't necessarily mean that it'll stay far below zero, but it does mean to expect continued below average temperatures for the time being. Last but not least, the polar vortex moves westward with time, so it's reasonable to expect the cold weather to move out of the Midwest and into the Rocky Mountains at some point. But in the meantime, it's best to stay bundled up. And that wraps up for this video. As always, I'd appreciate if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.